On today's special edition episode of America Unfiltered, we'll talk about one topic: Elon Musk and Donald Trump's recent social media feud and how I think it will impact the nation. All that and much more coming up on today's episode of America Unfiltered with James Pascalides, starting now.
The moment is here. This is our moment.
America, we are back, baby, and oh my lord, do we have a special episode for you today. But Donald Trump and Elon Musk have officially divorced. There is an ongoing social media feud between the two, and I'm sure tomorrow is going to be even crazier. It all started out when Donald Trump and Elon Musk decided that Elon was going to be leaving the White House cabinet. We all knew that this was coming. Temporary government employees only have 130 days on their contracts with the federal government. Elon's time was coming to an end, so we knew it would be any time in that couple week span that Elon would be leaving the White House. When he was in his final meeting with Donald Trump, Elon had a black eye. It was weird to me that he had a black eye, but I didn't think too much of it because Elon said it was from his son. He asked his son to hit him as a joke, and his son struck him and gave him a black eye. It was a cute, innocent, funny story. But then with all the drama going on today, it has me curious if there's something more to it. If that black eye was maybe from a disagreement from someone else within Trump's cabinet, possibly Trump himself. It has me questioning a lot of different things. I think both Elon and Trump's reaction to this is very poor. I think they're both acting as if they're 15, 16-year-olds. I don't think either of them are handling this maturely. I wish Donald Trump would handle this better as the president. Obviously, Elon Musk has less responsibility to be as mature, but still a very big responsibility to be mature as the world's richest man. Elon Musk opposed Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill. I spoke out against parts of the bill as well. I personally would have voted no if the bill was as is. I don't think everything in there aligns with the values of all the people in America. I don't think the federal government should be the only ones controlling AI for the next 10 years. That's one of my biggest problems with it. Elon spoke out against this bill, saying that they made significant cuts with the Department of Government Efficiency over the last few months, and that all those cuts would essentially just be erased if Trump were to get rid of the debt ceiling. Trump pretty much said that he wants to get rid of the debt ceiling entirely to what he calls avoid economic catastrophe. I think that getting rid of the debt ceiling is not a great idea. I trust Trump 99.9% on everything he does economically, but I think most Americans agree that getting rid of the debt ceiling is not a good idea. Causing more inflation is not a good idea. So that was yesterday, with Elon continuously tweeting out about how he didn't like the bill, how he thinks it doesn't align with American values. Then today, it goes a whole step further. Elon tweets again how negative the bill is. Trump, in a meeting at the White House today, said, "I did have a good relationship with Elon. I don't know if I still will continue to have a good one in the future." And this definitely set Elon off. Trump and Elon are both ego guys. I don't mind that about Trump. I honestly think our president should have an ego. It helps with Russia, helps with North Korea, helps with a lot of world affairs. So I don't mind that they have an ego, but you could see Trump's ego and Elon's ego clearly right now. Because when Elon responded to Donald Trump, Elon took it to new levels. Elon then responded to Donald Trump saying that he spent $250 million to help Trump get elected, for Trump to be very unappreciative of Elon. Trump is blaming Elon's fallout on the EV tax cuts in the bill, which I'm sure Elon is upset about, but I don't think that's the main reason Elon's upset. I think the main reason Elon's upset is all the Doge cuts essentially going to waste. Trump then responds to Elon basically saying, what would be a good way to save the government billions of dollars? Why don't we just cut all contracts to SpaceX? It's a crazy thing. So Trump, who spoke extremely highly of SpaceX and Elon Musk, even helped save the astronauts who were stranded on the space station. Trump completely flips sides because he's upset with Elon Musk. He goes from saying that SpaceX is a great company doing great things for the future, that we're going to get to Mars in his inauguration speech and multiple speeches throughout his presidency, to now saying that he wants to cut all government contracts on space. Elon Musk says he's going to not only discontinue the current rocket he's working on with SpaceX because he's not going to have federal funding from the government, but he takes it a whole step further, and this is where things go off the walls. Elon tweeted out and I'm going to pop the tweet up right here for you guys to see, that Donald Trump is on the Epstein list and in the Epstein files, and that is the reason that they have not been released yet. It's just as crazy when I see it. Elon Musk is either about to be liable for billions of dollars in civil court for slander, defamation. I'm sure there's a whole laundry list of things that he could be charged with in civil court, or we're going to find out that he's telling the truth. I really hope he's not telling the truth. That would be awful to find out that President Donald Trump's a pedophile. It would completely change my opinion of Donald Trump to find out that he was on the Epstein list. Nobody who is on the Epstein list on Epstein Island conducting pedophile activities should have support from anybody in the United States. But as of now, these are just words. It's not a definitive statement. Elon didn't release proof with it. He just said that the only reason it has not been released is because Donald Trump's name is on there and he's protecting himself. So I want to dive into this more and more. Why would Elon press the nuclear button against Donald Trump? Why Elon ruin any chance of a future relationship he has with Trump unless it's possibly true? This isn't me saying it's true. I'm going to give my perspective from Donald Trump's stance right after this. But from Elon's stance, why would he go nuclear if this was false? Why would he risk everything just to piss Donald Trump off for an afternoon? If Donald Trump was not actually on the Epstein list, Donald Trump would be able to immediately disprove this by releasing the Epstein files. If Elon Musk is saying this, part of me really does think that Elon is coming from a place of truth. Like I said, while I really hope he's not, it's such a crazy statement to make that Elon has either just gone full crazy mode and nothing Elon says can be trusted anymore, or Elon has this information because he was in the cabinet working with people like Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, and Dan Bongino, and he's able to now relay this information because he stopped caring now that Trump went at him. I think Elon has really put conservatives in a hole here. We are now really confused on what to think. Me, myself included. I'm extremely confused on where to land on this. On one side, I fully believe Donald Trump and that he knows what he's doing and that he's not lying to the American people. I've seen nothing to show that he's lying to the American people so far in his presidency or in his campaign. He is sticking to his campaign promises almost to a T and fighting the courts and the media along with it. While at the same time, I believe a fairly similar thing about Elon. Yes, Elon can exaggerate things. He's known for that. Elon is a very eccentric person. He's very out there, very outlandish, says a lot of crazier things. But at the same time, he's an incredibly trustworthy person. He restored free speech in this country on social media, releasing the Twitter files after he bought Twitter. And again, he's done nothing to show me that he wants to lie or that he would lie to further his political agenda or that he would lie to further his companies. Elon Musk is not someone who has done that in the past. So a lot of conservatives, like I said, me included, are very in the middle about what to think here. I want to get back to the black eye a bit. So the black eye that Elon Musk had in that meeting where he was leaving the White House, where him and Donald Trump were shaking hands, they talked about the excellent time they had, the Doge cuts they made, and the future of Elon Musk being an advisor to the president. I really think that there was probably a struggle internally within the cabinet. Maybe in a cabinet meeting, Elon Musk was speaking out against the One Big Beautiful Bill. I don't think it was Donald Trump, but maybe someone else hit Elon. Maybe they threw something at him and it just hit him in the eye. Maybe they didn't intend to injure him or give him a black eye, but it happened. But I currently am having a tough time believing that it was Elon's kid. If a child hits someone with full force right in the face, the eye doesn't have a ton of muscle around it. It's something that you are able to bruise pretty easily. You could give him a black eye that way, but I always believe that the simplest answer is the most correct. When there's a lot of coincidences lining up, it's usually the simplest answer. And the simplest answer is that it wasn't his kid. It most likely was a struggle within the cabinet or something that had to do with the One Big Beautiful Bill. I think Donald Trump and Elon Musk need to get on the phone together or get on a dinner together, but they need to talk this out like adults. Hashing this out on Truth Social and Twitter in front of 360 million American, billions of people around the world, including world leaders like Kim Jong-un, Vladimir Putin, and other world leaders, makes America look weak. It makes the Conservative Party specifically look extremely weak. It makes Elon Musk look a little crazy, but at the same time, I think enough people have my same thought process on why did Elon hit the nuclear button unless he had a reason to. Saying that Trump is on the Epstein list is the nuclear button. It's the equivalent to saying Donald Trump had sex with minors. It's the equivalent to calling him a pedophile. It's the worst thing you could do to assassinate someone's character. It would almost be better to assassinate someone than to assassinate their character by calling them a pedophile, because you can't redeem yourself from being a pedophile. Being a pedophile is the worst thing you could be in the world, and accusing someone of that, if it's wrong, is terrible. So Elon Musk hit the nuclear button, and the question is, does Elon have any proof of this? Does Elon have any facts to back this up? Is Elon just saying this? Does Elon actually want control? Does Elon just want the bill cut down? What really is behind all this? My speculation, like I said, is I think that Elon, I don't know. It's hard. I'm sitting here and I can't make heads or tails of it. It's really hard. I'm an extremely biased person toward Donald Trump as well. I didn't vote for him in 2020, but I definitely voted for him in 2024. Extremely behind him in 2024. I think Donald Trump is an excellent president. Do I think it's possible? Murphy's Law, anything's possible. Do I think it's likely? Probably not. Here's my real take and my real thought process. I think that if it was factual, that Elon probably would have came out sooner. I think Elon's anti-pedophile stance that most Americans have or should have, or people in the world should have, the same one that I have, I think that stance trumps his love for Donald Trump. So I think if Elon Musk knew that Trump was a pedophile months ago, weeks ago, whatever it was, we would have heard about it by now. I also think that if, while Joe Biden was in office, if Trump's name was actually on the Epstein files, that we would have saw that immediately. They would have been released. So in my personal opinion, I don't think it's true. I think that it's either a overreach by Elon, or maybe Elon's referring to him being on the flight logs. He definitely was on the flight logs. He wasn't on the logs going to the island, but he did use his private jet. But that's not an uncommon thing. I don't fully understand how the private aviation industry works, but to my knowledge, you're able to charter out other people's jets for fees when they're relocating jets, and even when they're not, just when they're not in use. So, to my knowledge, it's not out of the ordinary that happened. I know Robert F. Kennedy even spoke up during the campaign that he was on the flight logs, that he never went to the island, but he did use his private plane as well. So, maybe that's what Elon's referring to. But it's all speculation at this point from my end. I can do what I can to give my best estimation of what I think is happening and get in the mind of Elon Musk and Donald Trump. But getting in the mind of Elon Musk and Donald Trump is near impossible. Elon's mind is Pandora's box. I don't know if anyone wants to fully open that. Elon is one of the craziest but smartest people to ever exist. And one of the reasons Democrats gave him so much hate is because of his socially awkward mannerisms. They thought he was giving the Nazi salute. He held up a chainsaw at the CPAC rally. But it's like Elon Musk is just either slightly or very autistic billionaire who likes to have fun, likes to enjoy life. He likes to talk shit. He likes to play video games. Do I think that Elon Musk is an egomaniac? Yes. Do I think Donald Trump is an egomaniac? Yes. Do I think that's necessarily a bad thing? No. Most billionaires and presidents probably are egomaniacs. It's probably the reason they're able to get to the positions they're in. That's just 1 + 1 = 2. I don't think that people who are weak-minded and people who don't have the drive ambition that Elon or Donald Trump has would be able to get anywhere close to the positions they're in. If Elon knew about this, why didn't he bring it up sooner? If this is true, why didn't Elon say this months ago? If Elon knew that Trump was a pedophile, why was he speaking so highly of him? If Trump actually hated Elon Musk companies, why was he speaking so highly of them in the past? I think this is kids being kids, boys being boys on a really stupid level. This is unchecked behavior. Trump, let your PR team take over your Twitter for the day. And Elon, I know you don't have one, but get a PR team, let them take over your Twitter for the day. They're both making the Conservative Party look bad to domestic Americans and to people around the world and world leaders. The Conservative Party already looks in shambles the way the House and the Senate operate. We have the majority with all three, but it never seems like votes go our way. It's impossible to get Elon Musk Doge cuts through. That's another thing I wanted to talk about today. I'll talk about that for just 30 seconds really quick. Elon Musk made over 191 different cuts with the Department of Government Efficiency, and liberals were saying, oh, like the cuts aren't even happening. And I'm not even saying liberals in our government, liberals on Twitter. The reason the cuts are taking so long to take into place is because with the 192 cuts Elon made, there have been 181 lawsuits against 192 cuts. So each lawsuit, they then have to fight to then get that cut. And Elon's won almost every single lawsuit, and the federal government's won almost every single lawsuit. So it's really just Democrats wasting taxpayer dollars on lawsuits, making the Doge cuts take longer to get into place, which they will get into place because it's legal for the president to assign a cabinet member to make cuts to government spending, something that Bill Clinton, Obama, and Joe Biden, and Hillary Clinton all talked about in their presidential campaigns. It's something that every president talks about, and something that only Donald Trump and Elon Musk had the balls to do. I think that Elon Musk and Donald Trump need to get together at a dinner, need to get together on the phone like I was saying earlier. They need to talk this out. Whether they're going to be friends or colleagues, again, that doesn't matter in my opinion. But them going at each other on social media is not good for the conservative party. It's not good for the Republican movement. It's not good for young people in this nation. It's not good for anyone of any age in this nation. I think that we need a lot more transparency on the Epstein files. The Epstein files should have been released months ago, and if they were, we wouldn't even be in this situation right now. Elon Musk just put the cards in Trump's hand. Trump has one way to exonerate himself beyond just blatant denial. It is releasing the Epstein files, releasing the full Epstein files, unredacted, of any names, showing that Donald Trump is not on the list. This is something that I've called for multiple times, and I'm calling for right now. And now you even see Democrats calling for the Epstein files to be fully released. This is a complete surprise and shock, but you now have a bipartisan movement to see the Epstein files released from the federal government, and I think this is what needs to happen to clear this entire thing up and get the country moving forward. If you want the country moving forward past this, you need to give them something else. Social media works in cycles, media works in cycles. If they're able to get onto the next big topic, the people will start to forget about this. And if Donald Trump's able to exonerate himself, showing that he was never on the Epstein list by releasing the Epstein client list, all the better. I will keep everyone updated as more tweets come out by Elon and Donald Trump. This is a very fluid situation. I really hope that Donald Trump is not on the Epstein list. If he is, I'm going to have to issue a ton of apologies because I've continuously supported the guy. Like I said, I don't think he is on the list. I think Elon Musk is just speaking slightly out of school here, but I could be wrong, and we will keep you guys updated. I'm James Pascali. This is America Unfiltered Special Edition, episode 63. I'm signing off. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you.